Let's do it.
Welcome to Change the Narrative. This is Kim.
This is Lamb. What's going on?
What's going on, Lamb?
Hey, man. It look like the world is coming to an end with this coronavirus, man.
Well, we're still here, man. We're
still here. Luckily, it's not in Belize yet, you know what I mean? So, but it's here in Georgia and throughout the continental United States. We got so far, 21 deaths and keep going.
Yeah.
We're up to about 500 plus cases.
Yeah.
And whatever they're saying, the statistics they're putting out, it's usually 3 times that amount, man, because as you know, we're not testing anybody right now. And again, for the folks that lives here and here in the continental United States, man, don't believe these numbers these politicians are putting out. They're trying to give this happy talk like this is not as serious as it is. This disease is 20 times stronger than the average flu or cold. And again, if you have pre-existing conditions, man, if you're older with pre-existing conditions, it could be a fatal act for you. You know what I mean? So please be cautious. Wash your hands. If you don't touch your face as much as you can, and try to wear gloves, man, and stay away from crowded places at this time.
Right, and I hope that in Belize, our government is taking the proper precautions to ensure that as much as possible that we stay coronavirus free, like manning our borders and I do know that they have done some stuff in terms of the airport. Yeah, do you know if they're doing anything with the Mexico and the Guatemala borders and stuff?
I'll be totally honest with you. It doesn't matter how vigilant they are. More likely they won't be able to stop it because again, laws.
That's what's scary, Clint.
And the scary part is, countries like Belize and a lot of the Caribbean countries who are solely depending on tourism. As a form of, generating money. This is bound to happen. You cannot stop everyone from coming into your country.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you notice the cruise that right now going on a cruise ship is this is debt trap.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're pretty much here in the States, they shutting down all cruise ships from moving forward. And
I know
Belize cannot afford to.
We are not allowing cruise ships either, and the people I've talked to are already concerned about that because when the cruise ships aren't coming in, like you said, tourism.
That's what I'm saying. And that's the part we want to talk about too. Is the economic effects because I think this disease is going to throw the world into a recession. You know what I mean?
We're kind of seeing it already.
I mean, we're here. I mean, today the stock market is crashing. Oil prices crashed. Man, it's pretty bad. Like today we lost. Right now, as it is, we're down about 1,200 points on the Dow, and for every 1,000 points the Dow loses, that's $1 trillion out the economy. So people 401k, retirements, and so forth is it's ravaging right now.
Yeah, that's tough, man.
Yeah. So again, for everyone, man, especially the older folks, if you don't have to travel, please stay in and stay away from large crowds. If you have pre-existing conditions, be careful. Wash your hands. Pretty much stop touching your face as much, and try wearing gloves, man. And that will kind of eliminate or lessen the chances of you getting this disease.
Right. So that's what's trending around the world right now.
Yeah, I mean it's big. Yeah, it's big
around the world. So it's a big deal. So in other news,
what's going on?
Election is going on.
Election, yeah, man. Here in Georgia, we got the Democratic nomination coming up here. Yeah, the primary going on here in the 24th. So for people here in Georgia, man,
vote.
Yeah, get out and vote, man. You know what I mean? This is our chance to, get this lunatic out of office. You know what I mean? So, for me personally, I don't care who's the Democratic nominee at this point. Of course, I'm gonna vote in the primary, but my vote ultimately is against Trump. You know what I mean? So I'm not going for that guy at all. So that's what I'm headed towards. So, and again, if you're in Georgia, man, please make sure you register and then go out there and vote.
That's right. In Belize, today's a holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the 9th of March weekend.
Yeah, kite contest.
Kite contest. It's also the end of the La Ruta Maya.
Yeah, and today you should have like a cycling thing too, right? Like usually have like a night of march or cycling when I was there, man. I don't remember.
I don't think they have a cycling. I think the attraction right now is the completion of the La Ruta Maya canoe race. That's finishing up, and hopefully they still do kite contests. So I don't know.
Man, that was my thing when I was young, but I was always confused, right? Mm-hmm. What was confusing to me is like, why do we even celebrate Byron Bliss Day? Do people actually know the history behind the whole Byron Bliss Day thing?
Well, I think you just know the basics. He gave us some money and he helped us build a Bliss Institute, and we put up a lighthouse in his honor, and we gave him a day.
Well, Belizeans, a quick little
He's
update.
About to change the narrative.
I'm gonna change the narrative on this guy because I'm very confused as to why we have Byron Bliss Day, but yet we don't have a George Price Day. To me, George Price is way more impactful than Byron Bliss, and the money that he gave was a lot of money at the time, but it's relative at this point. So I don't think you should give a person a day just based on finance. That's just crazy. You know what I mean? Like, for real. So Byron Bliss never actually stepped foot on the country of Belize. Do you know that?
Yep, I've read that before.
Byron Bliss never stepped foot on the country of Belize. Byron Bliss sailed in the waters of Belize for about 2 or 3 weeks, then he passed away. You know what I mean?
I don't think they care about that. They just care about the money he left. I think that's all that gave him a day.
I mean, if they don't care about it, that's fine. But my thing is, I think it's very unfair that we have a Byron Bliss Day, but we don't have a George Price Day. And George Price has done way more for Belize than Byron Bliss. And I think that narrative need to change in regards to why we celebrate this guy. And we have one of our own people that have done a whole lot for our people, and we're still, you know what I mean? Don't have statues in his name or have a day for this person. I think George Price should have a day.
All right, Belize, give George Price a day.
Oh,
Even if you don't take this one away, you can just add another holiday on our calendar.
Yeah, add one. Yeah, or take this one back and give it to him, man. For real.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Clint. So, what are we talking about today? I think, we've been doing a lot of politics lately. And I think we need to go back a little bit to something a little lighter. What do you think today?
Yeah, I think that's cool. But, we're in a political season in both places. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard not to talk about politics and get involved with it because, as you know, it affects our lives daily.
Yeah, it does.
And, it's hard not to really get into it. But what you got on your mind today, man?
I want to go a little bit left field today.
Okay. What's on your mind?
I know I haven't really prepared you a lot for this, but why don't we talk about relationships today?
Oh, wow. Okay.
What do you feel about that?
I'll roll with it.
There's always interesting things happen in the relationship world. Right. Would you agree?
Right. Like as of right now, what are the rules of engagement? Of a relationship.
You mean for the young folks?
Just period. I would like to know. I would like to know what are the rules of engagement in relationships in this new millennium, in this new era.
Well, do you think it's significantly changed in terms of the expected monogamy?
Yeah.
Let's start there. Is monogamy still a rule of engagement?
No. They got guys that are, what they call it now? Poly, whatever it is, where they date and love everything. So they love a bi, they love a straight, they love gay, they love everything.
Is that accepted?
It's accepted here in the States?
Huh. I don't think that's accepted back home in Belize.
I don't think people in Belize have seen too many transvestites and all that for it to be accepted. You know what I'm saying? But people are getting sex change. For example, how do you feel about Dwayne Wade's son changing his name from what it is to Zaya? So from Zara to Zaya.
He was a boy going...
He's a boy. He's about 8 or 10 years old.
Wait, what? 8?
Yeah.
He's about 8. Got to be older than that.
Nah, he's about 8 or 10 years old. And he changed. He changed his sex. He wants to be recognized as a girl. How do you feel about? You mean
as a parent?
Yeah, as a parent. How do you handle that?
Man, I don't know how I would handle that. That's tough. I mean, I've seen how he's handled it. He's fully embraced it.
He embraced it fully.
And I think in a way you kind of have to support your child.
Nah, man, I won't do that.
You don't. What would you do? Like if you.
One dot. It's my child and not, man. If
Wouldn't
I born
you know,
you, if I born my child, he's a boy. He's gonna remain a boy to me, man. You know what I mean? You trying to change it to something else, and I can't support that, man.
But
I think.
What do you do if your child insists on changing his sex? I mean, do you stop loving him or supporting him?
He can do that. He can do that on his own. He can do it on his own timing. But as far as with me, as long as it's under my roof, man, that's not happening. You know what I mean?
So, what if your child decides, okay, I'm going to rebel against you. You don't want to change my name.
Then
that's fine. But I'm going to dress as a girl to go to school. I'll wear makeup. I'll do everything like a girl because that's how I feel in my body.
He's not doing that in my household because any clothes, anything that he has, I'm buying it. You understand what I'm saying? As long as he's under my roof, that's not going down. I'm not going to accept that under no circumstances. You understand that? If he's 18, 19, or whatever you want to do, he can do that on his own timing. You know what I mean? It's just not going to be around me. I'm not going to accept it.
Okay.
I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean?
I hear you.
There's no gray area when it comes to that. You know what I mean?
It shouldn't be binary either, though. It's not.
It's not good.
I hear you, but we're veering off topic. No. That's not what I had in mind when I said relationship.
Okay. There's a lot of little stuff going on right now, man, that I'm be like, whoa, this is,
Yeah.
The world is.
What else is going on that just boggles your mind?
Like, for example, another thing that's going on, for example, we talking about relationship, right?
Yeah.
So, does body count matter in a relationship? When I say body count, folks, I mean how many people your significant other slept with prior to them actually sleeping with you or dating you. Does that matter?
I think it always has mattered. I think it still does. So too.
Well, I got a situation here where a young lady, she did not ask her significant other about his body count, and she waited until they got married. Upon getting married, she decided that she was going to come clean and ask the questions. When asking these questions, her boyfriend told her that before they got married that he loved all hearts.
All hearts?
Meaning that he loved everything, man, woman, bi, whatever. He used to roll with whatever. So he used to sleep with men, he used to sleep with bisexual, he used to sleep with everything. So the question that I have for you is if you find out after you get married to somebody that they slept with a guy, would you still date him?
No. I'm sorry. So a couple things wrong with that whole scenario right there.
What's wrong with it?
That question doesn't come up after you've married somebody.
Well, people are doing it.
That's a question when we decide we're going to get serious with each other. That's a question that comes up there 6 months maybe into the relationship.
Yeah.
If I'm deciding, maybe marriage is in the playbook for me and you, we talk about that then. Secondly, if you drop something on me like I have been with a man, 2 men, I don't care how much man, in my eyes, you're gay.
Yeah,
I ain't marrying no gay man.
He's one of them party guys, as I just told you.
No, so if that's the rules of engagement, I'm way out of the game right now.
I'm trying to tell
I'm not with that. No.
That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. The things that used to be taboo in our days no longer taboos. Actually, people have pushing it to the extremes.
So for the girl, how is she dealing with it? Is she conflicted right now, trying to decide what to do?
She conflicted, but the guy trying to tell her that he's no longer that way, and since he met her, he fell in love with her, and he's haven't cheated and that stuff. He's only with her. So that's his spiel at this moment.
Man, if you went through the back door once.
That's what I said.
You can go there again.
But my thing is this, right?
That.
My thing is this: how are you as if you're dating a person? How don't you see those signs?
I don't know. To me, I think I would see it, but it's
obvious,
easy
right?
for us to say that. But there's a lot of people who live in a DL type relationship. By that I mean have their significant other, and that man is out there sleeping with other men, and the woman just don't know.
Yeah.
So I mean, maybe men know how to actually separate something and hide it, because you guys aren't good at hiding anything. I mean,
yeah.
You all aren't good at that at all.
No, talking about good at hiding anything. The next question that I have is, who you think cheats the most?
Man.
That's a joke.
Home and how it compares to like in America.
What you mean?
Like, do you think We cheat as much?
Yeah. Belize man no cheat. Belize man no cheat. Belize men are one of the most loyal men in the world.
Woo! You know that's crap, right? Actually, I think that we really have a cheating problem back home.
I don't think so, man.
Generations after generations. That's why.
All right, put it like this: the ones who got caught, those are the ones that you need. This is the message you need to go to. But the guys who are out there, you know what I mean? We don't cheat.
Yes, you do. It's terrible. Stop playing. It's actually a terrible situation. My thing is, I don't know how it just gets worse to me.
So?
Yeah, that's why we have so many single family homes and stuff. You know,
well, we got single family homes.
Cheating.
I mean, the biggest reason why people are actually separating is financial. It's finance. It's not really because of cheating.
You should stay together for finances.
They're not. You know, that's the number.
Easier
that's
together.
what.
That's
that's what the statistics are showing. Statistics shows that people separate the most because of finance.
Because in what way? Just fighting over money?
Fighting out over money can't pay. You know what I mean? This one can't hold up the end of the bargain and so on and so forth. That's the number one reason.
They should change the narrative on that. We should stay together for finances.
They should.
Especially this time and age.
Again, people have this misconception of how they would like things to be and are so oblivious to how things really are. And I think we need to be real with who we really are, because who we aspire to be, for some reason, a lot of us can't meet those expectations.
Well, if money is the number one, cheating is the number two.
Yeah, cheating number two. Yeah, cheating is number two. But money is number one. You know what I mean? So let me ask you this. Since we on this topic of relationship and money, would you date the guy that has money, but is a real jerk? Or date the ghetto youth who has good potential, but has no money, but trying to work his way up?
So, I'm not into jerks, right? I can't deal with that. So, I think it depends. Like, when I was young, it would definitely be to get to you with some potential, especially if they're smart.
Okay.
Average guy, smart, will hold you down, loyal, all the way.
Right.
When you get older, though, I'm not saying when you hit 30 you should go for the man with money. That's not at all what I'm saying, right? But by 30, you definitely just do want somebody who has something going on in their life beyond potential.
By that time, the potential should already blossom at that point, right?
Yeah. So I think it depends on what phase you are in that relationship, Yeah. But if I'm single at 30. Man, I don't want nobody with some potential only at that point. Man, but again, we always talk about this double standard where women be holding men to expectations that we cannot meet.
And I always have a problem with that.
I have to have something going on with me too for me to want somebody who has some.
Well, the crazy part is most of the time, 8 times out of 10, man, the women don't got nothing going on for themselves, but they have these wild expectations on these guys and want us to produce and do all this nonsense that they cannot meet or do themselves, which I think is so crazy on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I will say, you will always gonna make a mistake as a woman if you choose a guy because he have money. He's a jerk. That's a definitely debt trap sitting waiting for you. You know what I mean?
I agree.
You should always want to choose the guy who treats you like a queen and has potential, because at the end of the day, relationships should be based solely on happiness, not on material things. Material things do not bring happiness.
That's the narrative we got to change
too. Yeah. Money's cool until it's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Until it starts to become a problem.
Yeah.
Because sometimes the more money you make,
the more problems.
The more problems
you don't want to make no money. Y'all got kids. The kid's not around, or he's just so concerned about his money. And guys who got money, man, like I said, they just. Some of them, because it all depends on how you rate money too. Because money to me is all relative too. So
right, but similar question for men: do you prefer the smart average woman, or the beautiful bimbo dumb girl?
I got a song like that right now. Why do I choose a dime for a penny? That's the name of the song.
Dime. What's
a dime is the ones you're saying.
I know it's a dime. They're the tens, right?
But they're dumb as rock. You know what I mean? They can't put 2 sentences
says,
together.
Why would you trade a dime?
Dime for a penny.
So what's a penny?
A penny are the ones that you mentioned who aren't that as fine, but are smart, ambitious, and will hold you down throughout whatever situations. For me, as a man, if I'm single, I'm just gonna knock down I'm knock down the tens as much as I can. But as far as what I want to settle down with, I'm gonna settle down with somebody that understands me and gonna make me happy. You know what I'm saying?
But according to this song, they're gonna go with the bimbo.
They're gonna go with the bimbo because at the end of the day, it's for the show. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's for the show.
Wow. You know, I've seen that a lot.
That's why Instagram's so popular right now. You know what I'm saying? Them girls on there doing the most because they know, hey man, it's a quick come up. You know what I mean? But
they're the ones bagging the rich and famous guys these days.
That's my point I'm making. But there's nothing serious behind that. These guys ain't married. These guys are throwaway girls, that we call them. They throw away. Yeah. They're one day you throw them away. You know what I'm saying?
Interesting. So a little bit off relationship, but it popped in my mind, so I want to ask you.
Okay.
These days we've been dealing a lot with racial tension.
Okay.
Right? In America, more so than probably, I'd say. But which one do you think is harder for you? Being a man in this world or being black?
Oh man. Being black.
Because being a man, you got all the advantages.
Being black is harder because of all the disadvantages the system that's been built into the system. Well, being black to me is more important than being a man.
So that answers my second question, because my next question would have been, would you rather be a different race? Like if you could change that, would you?
I would never want to be no other race. I'm glad and happy that I was born black. You know what I'm saying? As a matter of fact, I hate the fact that we are mixed Europeans. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we got a little drop in us.
Yeah, we all do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm super glad and happy that I was born a black man. Man, I want to be no other race. It's crazy that some people will prefer to be X, Y, and Z, but man, we're the original men. You know what I mean? And this we got to change the narrative. This nonsense that we putting out that we came from a cave and all that. But black people that came from no damn cave. You know what I mean? That's a myth. You know what I mean? You know, we are the
evolution story.
We are, man. That's the nonsense these Europeans are pushing, that we are cavemen. We ain't no damn cavemen. We are the original man. You know what I mean? All culture, riches. That's the other myth they trying to push. That, you know, Africa is poor and black man. Africa is where everything come out of. All resources and wealth comes out of Africa. You know what I mean? So let's get it right. Get it right. You know.
But to bring it back to a relationship, I'm going to ask you something based on that. How do you feel about a black man marrying white woman?
I don't have no problem with that, whatever. I mean, when it comes to who you date, who you love, you should date whoever you want. There shouldn't be a barrier in regards to what race you date or what color of skin. I have no problem with that whatsoever.
So would you have married a white woman?
If I'm only in that environment, yeah. You know what I mean? It all depends, because you know,
in that environment. So what does that mean?
I went to school in Colorado. You know what I mean? I went to college in Colorado.
Right.
And in my environment in Colorado, I was the only male because we was there as an athlete. We were the only black male. Only black male. The only thing you're seeing is...
But that's just a portion of your life. Then you go back to your normal life where there's... America is a melting pot.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm saying if I was born into that environment where, for example, there are military people who travels all over the world, and they're taking their kids with them into some of these places. A lot of the black kids that were at my school were military kids, were military brats, where their mom and dad were in the Air Force, whatever, and they moved to Colorado for that reason, but they're from somewhere else.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And within our school, it was 95% white. So that person who lived in Denver, all of his friends and everything he knows are based on white. You know what I'm saying? So it's okay for a person like that to date that person, because that's all they know. You can't knock that person.
So you think it's crazy for us black women to be offended by our black men dating all these white women?
I think it's kind of overblown, because we don't care if black women date no white men.
You don't? I don't believe that.
I don't care about that.
I don't believe that. I
see the thing about it.
That.
That's what I say. You know what it is? What it is that black women are just not attracted to white guys. Let's get it real. Black women are not attracted, like, on the real. And you know, for a black guy, there's some good looking white girls out there, man. You know what I'm saying? There's some good looking white men, but
there's some good looking white men too.
Yeah, but it's amen, amen. But my thing is, I have no problem with interracial dating, man. You know what I mean? It's not. As a matter of fact, the last president was an interracial guy. It's not a big deal to me. I don't see the problem with that. What I see a problem with, and what I have a problem with, are the guys who come from the environment that most of us came out of, will make a little money, and then they'll go bad on their own black people. No, that's the problem that I have. So if you come from an environment where you spend 95% of your life around black people, you went to black schools and so on and so forth, you got a good little job, and as soon as you make a little money or you make it pro or whatever, you go pick up a white girl. I think that's corny.
Because then you see it as just disrespecting.
Yeah, I think that's. I think
so
that's.
So for you, it's just based on your situation.
It's based on your situation. If you were born in around people like that, like I said, if you're a military brat, or there are people like that in these areas, man, you can I have no problem with that. But if you come out of a situation where you spend majority of your life around your own kind, and then you despise your own people, and because how you feel about your own people, you tend to think that this situation will make you better. I think that's corny, man. I think that's why.
I hear that. All right. Okay. I hit you a question there. Do you have any for me that you can think of?
I have a question for you.
All right.
And it goes back to rules of engagement. Because the original questions were, what are the
rules of engagement?
What are the rules? What are the rules of engagement in regards to dating? So, for example, would you be mad with one of your friends who dates your ex?
Oh, wow. Me personally, nah. I would think they're kind of dumb to date my ex, especially if they were close enough to see or know the reasons why. Yeah. That never worked out. Like, why would you put yourself in that situation? Right. But I do know girl code is you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, I think bro code is a little bit different. Bro code is this, man. I'm giving you too much, but bro code is this. If it's not if it's not your main girl, if it's your main girl, that's off limits, regardless of how the situation goes.
Okay.
But if it's your jump off, it's whatever. You know what I mean?
Men don't care.
Men don't care. You know what I mean? That's you.
Yeah, but see, women we don't operate on the jump off basis for the most part, right? So if we were with somebody, we were with them for the most part. I really think if it was a situation where somebody was just a one night and go and you decide you want to date, and that's on you. I don't really care.
Right.
But
some people don't feel like that way though. Some people be like, "Yo, even my jump off, you can't talk to."
Some men are like that too, especially in Belize. Yeah. We talked about that before in Belize, where you be seeing men. They have 2-3 girls.
And you can't talk to none of them.
You can't talk to none.
They mad at like every single one of them.
Right. You talk to their third side chick, and that's a problem. Don't let me meet you nowhere because we're going to get it in.
Oh, yeah.
Because men are just, you guys are, in Belize tell we sell you face there.
I think that's funny, man. But for me, I never operated like that, man. Like I said, the people that I roll with, and we understand certain understanding, man. Like, hey, if it's your main girl, it's off limits. Just like if it's your family. Like for me, I would never date none of my friends' family members, like their sisters and none of that.
Even that's off limits?
That's off limits to me, man. I would never do it to none of my homeboys because I don't want that to come between a relationship. It's not that serious. It's a big world out here. So I would never behind my homeboy's back trying to talk to their sister. You know what I'm saying?
What if your homeboy's cool with it? It's not behind his back. What if your homeboy's trying to set it up?
I won't do it regardless, man, because I'm trying to tell you that's not how. The people who say stuff like that are not cool with that, man. And ain't no homie want to see you hugged up and doing whatever they sister in front of their face if y'all have a prior relationship, man. That's especially if he knows how y'all roll.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Straight up. So I don't do that. I would never date one of my homeboy sisters, and that's off limits. And I won't date none of their main girlfriends. That's super off limits.
Yeah, I agree.
But if it's just chicks that we, randoms, you know what I mean? It's man, you do what you do.
All right. Well, Just a little bit about the rules of engagement in today's, in the 21st century?
I don't know. That's how it is, though.
Changed?
Things change. Even though we're saying this, that's not how these youngsters are applying it, though. These youngsters are online 24/7, so they don't even engage in actual conversation. Everything is through Instagram and DMs and all this stuff.
The way dating used to happen.
Dating gone.
Like, you don't need
that's what I'm saying. The rules of engagement in dating is not how we've envisioned it. You know what I mean? People don't go around trying to actually court anymore.
That's true. Because
they don't know how to court.
A lot of times when I talk to, and it's not necessarily younger people, just people of today who is just getting involved in a relationship. Right. And you'd be like, how did you meet? It is typically online. Some DMs. Form of DM or Instagram online. Or one of those matchmaking sites.
That's the wave.
And that type of stuff. So that itself has changed a whole lot.
That's the wave. I mean, it's cool because people are not out meeting people like that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So that's cool. That's how you meet. I ain't got no problem with it. But I'm just saying, like, you can't really, you know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to really get to know someone on that level when you just meet people online. I wouldn't take nobody serious. I just meet online.
That's true. I mean?
So that's just me personally, but people tend to think otherwise. So
people will say you're a little old school on that one.
Yeah. You know what I mean? A lot of catfish going on too now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, gotta be careful of that. Yeah. All right. Those are the rules of engagement. Change the narrative style.
Amen. The rules might be changed for me too. You know what I mean? I'm trying to catch up with these youngsters, man, because like I said, these youngsters they're changing the rules of the game, man, and you know what I mean? Just be protective, man. Be safe out here.
If nothing else, just however you do it
right and be safe.
Right. And women out there, I always have to put in my little piece for the woman, right? Yeah. You are a queen. Just make sure, however you do it, whatever relationship you're in, you are being treated as a queen. Because you're no less. See, even he agrees with that.
For sure. Definitely.
All right, guys. This is Change the Narrative. We are signing off. This has been fun.
Oh, yeah.
But we'll see you again next week for episode 18. This is episode 17.
That's right.
And it has been fun. So, signing out.
Peace.
Kim.